They say the house always wins. Vincent Kane built his career on that truth. For 15 years, he made sure of it. Watching cameras, counting cards, catching cheats. But tonight, Vincent's learned something the casino owners never wanted him to know. The house doesn't always win. Sometimes it bleeds, and he's about to open the vein. The Crimson Palace Casino sat on the east side like a jewel in a crown of rust. Built in 1985, renovated 3 times, and owned by people whose names never appeared on paper. Neon red lights spelled out promises of fortune while inside. The mathematical certainty of loss played out on every table, every slot, every spin of every wheel. Vincent Kane stood in the security office on the 3rd floor, surrounded by 847 camera feeds. 42 years old, divorced twice, no kids he claimed, one he knew about but never met. He'd worked casino security for 15 years. 5 at the Silver Star, 3 at the Golden Nugget, 7 here at the Crimson Palace. He knew every angle, every scam, every way desperate people tried to beat the system. He also knew every way the system cheated back. Tonight, Vincent wore his usual uniform, black suit, red tie to match the casino's colors, earpiece connected to the security team below. His shift started at 10 p.m. It would end at 6 a.m. Except tonight, it would end at 2:47 a.m. That was when the vault transfer happened, and that was when Vincent would disappear with $8.3 million. The money wasn't the casino's. Not really. It was the Solano families, the real owners, the ones whose names weren't on paper. The Crimson Palace was a front, a money laundering operation dressed up as entertainment. Every night, dirty money came in through high roller rooms. Clean money went out through the vault. Vincent had figured it out 3 years ago. Had been planning ever since. 11:15 p.m. The casino floor hummed with the particular music of controlled chaos. Slot machines chimed their digital songs. Roulette wheels clicked their eternal circles. Dealers shuffled cards with the rhythm of monks in prayer. And everywhere, cameras watched. Vincent's phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "I'm here." His chest tightened. Sarah Chun, his inside partner. Former dealer, current vault technician. She'd been working the Crimson Palace for 6 years, overlooked, underpaid, invisible. 2 months ago, Vincent had approached her with an offer. Help him rob the vault, split the money, disappear. She'd said yes within 5 minutes. Tonight was the night. Vincent keyed his radio. Torres, status on the east entrance? His second-in-command, Carlos Torres, responded immediately. "All clear, boss. High roller from Dubai just arrived. Mr. Nazari, the usual. Keep eyes on him. Last time he was here, we had card counters working his table. Copy that." Vincent switched camera views. Monitor 47 showed the vault level. Restricted access. 2 guards at all times, biometric locks, time delay safes. Monitor 48 showed Sarah at her station, running system checks. She didn't look at the camera. Good. Natural. The plan was elegant in its simplicity. At 2:47 a.m., during the regular vault cash transfer, Sarah would trigger a false fire alarm in the vault sector. Protocol required full evacuation. The guards would clear the floor. For exactly 4 minutes and 30 seconds, the vault would be accessible but unguarded. A built-in flaw Vincent had discovered buried in safety protocols. In that window, Sarah would use her technician access to open the secondary vault where the Solano's clean money waited for morning transport. Vincent would enter through the maintenance corridor, load the money into laundry carts marked for the industrial wash, and wheel it out through the service exit. Sarah would reset the alarm. By the time anyone noticed the money was gone, they'd be in separate states. Simple, clean, perfect. 11:47 p.m. The front entrance cameras caught something that made Vincent's blood freeze. A man walking through the doors. Late 30s, expensive suit, confident stride. dark hair, sharp eyes, a face Vincent hadn't seen in 15 years but recognized immediately. Marcus Webb. Vincent's hand instinctively went to his chest, feeling his heart hammer. This wasn't possible. Marcus was supposed to be in prison. 15 years for armed robbery. A job that went wrong. A job that Vincent had. The memory hit him like a punch. 15 years ago, Vincent and Marcus had been partners. Not in security. In crime. They'd worked together pulling small jobs. Credit card fraud, identity theft, eventually graduating to robbing high-stakes poker games. They'd been good, until the night they tried to rob a casino vault in Atlantic City. Vincent had gotten cold feet, called the cops, cut a deal. Marcus went to prison. Vincent went into casino security, trading one side of the law for the other. Marcus had sworn revenge, screamed it in the courtroom, promised Vincent that one day he'd pay. And now he was here. Vincent switched cameras frantically, tracking Marcus through the casino floor. He moved with purpose, not like a gambler. He was dressed too well, too controlled. He stopped at the cashier, exchanged words Vincent couldn't hear, then took a seat at a blackjack table near the center of the floor. Vincent's phone buzzed again. "Sarah. Something wrong?" He typed back. "Ghost just walked in. Might be a problem. Can you handle it?" Vincent stared at Marcus on the monitor. "I don't know." 12:15 a.m. Vincent made a decision. He had to confront this. Had to know why Marcus was here. Coincidence? Revenge? Or something worse? He left the security office, took the elevator down to the casino floor, and moved through the crowds with practiced ease. The Crimson Palace on a Friday night was a study in human desperation. Old women pumping quarters into slots, young men throwing dice like they were throwing away their futures, couples on dates trying to pretend losing money was romantic. Vincent approached the blackjack table. Marcus didn't look up. He was betting conservatively, $100 hands, nothing that would draw attention. The dealer, a young woman named Kelly, dealt the cards with mechanical precision. "Marcus," Vincent said quietly. Marcus finally looked up. His face showed no surprise, no anger, just a slight smile. "Vincent Kane, 15 years. You look older. Prison ages people differently. You look good. I had a lot of time to stay in shape, a lot of time to think." Marcus placed another bet. "You going to kick me out? I'm a paying customer. Haven't broken any rules. What are you doing here? Playing blackjack. What are you doing here? Oh right, you're the head of security. Ironic, isn't it? The thief guarding the thieves." Vincent's jaw tightened. "That's not fair." Marcus collected his winnings from the dealer. "You put me in a cage for 15 years, Vincent. You walked free, got a legitimate job, probably sleep fine at night. And now you're going to lecture me about fair? I saved your life. That job was suicide. You would have been killed. Instead, I just lost 15 years. Much better." The table had gone quiet. Kelly, the dealer, looked uncomfortable. Vincent gestured slightly. "Can we talk? Private?" Marcus considered, then nodded. He cashed out his chips and followed Vincent to a quiet corner near the high roller rooms. The noise of the casino faded to a dull roar. "Why are you really here?" Vincent asked. Marcus leaned against the wall, casual, relaxed. "I got out 3 months ago. Good behavior, time served. Came back to the city. Needed work. Heard the Crimson Palace was hiring dealers. Applied. Got rejected. Figured I'd come check it out anyway. You expect me to believe that? I don't care what you believe." Marcus's smile faded. "But since we're being honest, let me tell you what I learned in prison. I learned that revenge is expensive. It costs time, energy, pieces of your soul. And after 15 years, I realized something. You weren't worth it." Vincent wanted to believe that. wanted to believe Marcus had moved on, that tonight's job could go forward without complications. But 15 years in security had taught him not to trust coincidences. "I see you around here again," Vincent said carefully. "I'm going to have you banned." "No, you won't." Marcus straightened. "Because banning me would draw attention. And you don't want attention right now, do you? Not when you're planning something." Vincent's blood went cold. "I don't know what." "Vincent, I spent 15 years around criminals. I know the look, the tension, the way you keep checking your watch, your phone. You're working tonight." Marcus stepped closer. "So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to walk out that door. You're going to do whatever you're planning to do. And we're never going to see each other again. Consider it a professional courtesy." One thief to another. Marcus turned and walked away, disappearing into the crowd. Vincent stood frozen. His mind raced. Was Marcus telling the truth? Or was this part of something bigger? He pulled out his phone, texted Sarah. "We might need to abort." Her response came immediately. "Why?" "Complication. Old enemy showed up. Can he stop us?" Vincent thought about it. Marcus had no authority here, no connection to the casino, no leverage. Even if he suspected something, who would he tell? The Solanos? The police? He was an ex-con. No one would believe him. "No." Vincent texted back. "We're good. Stay ready." 1:30 a.m. Vincent returned to the security office. The casino floor continued its eternal rhythm. Marcus was gone. Vincent had checked every camera. Whatever his ex-partner had been doing, he'd finished it. Vincent reviewed the plan one more time. 2:47 a.m. Fire alarm. Evacuation. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Sarah opens the vault. Vincent loads the money. Exit through service corridor. By 3 a.m., they'd be ghosts. His phone buzzed. Sarah again. Vault count confirmed. $8.3 million in the secondary safe. Clean bills unmarked. Vincent allowed himself a small smile. After 15 years on the right side of the law, watching criminals fail, catching them, stopping them, he'd learned the most important lesson. The house always wins because the house writes the rules. But tonight, Vincent was rewriting them. 2 a.m. The casino started its slow decline toward morning. The crowds thinned. The desperate ones stayed. The ones chasing losses. The ones who couldn't stop. Vincent watched them with something between pity and contempt. They were playing a game they couldn't win. At least Vincent knew the truth. 2:30 a.m. Vincent left the security office and moved to his position. The maintenance corridor on the second floor connected to the vault level through a service stairwell. Nobody used it except cleaning staff and technicians. Vincent had propped the door earlier, disabled the camera, created his path. He checked his watch. 2:45 a.m. 2 minutes. His radio crackled. "Torres. Boss, we've got a situation. High roller at table 7 is accusing the dealer of cheating." Vincent cursed silently. This couldn't happen now. "Handle it." "I'm busy." "It's escalating. Guy's Russian. Got bodyguards, making threats. Give him a free night at the hotel and comp his losses. Standard protocol. He's demanding to see you." Vincent closed his eyes. The universe was testing him. Tell him 5 minutes. Copy. 2:47 a.m. The fire alarm should have triggered. Vincent waited in the maintenance corridor, listening. Silence. No alarm. His phone buzzed. "Sarah." System locked. Can't trigger. Someone changed the protocols. Vincent's mind raced. Someone changed the protocols. Today. Recently. Who had that authority? Only management. Only. His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. "What?" "Hello, Vincent." Marcus Webb's voice. Having technical difficulties? Vincent's blood turned to ice. What did you do? What you taught me 15 years ago. I planned ahead. See, I lied earlier. I'm not here for revenge. I'm here for the same reason you are. The money. That's impossible. You don't have access. You're right. I don't. But I know someone who does. Someone who's been very helpful. Someone who realized you were planning to cut her out after the job. The pieces clicked together with horrible clarity. Sarah. Marcus had gotten to Sarah.
She approached me 2 weeks ago, Marcus continued. Told me about your plan, asked if I wanted in, split 3 ways instead of 2. I said yes. Then I said, why split it 3 ways when we could split it 2? Vincent's hand tightened on the phone. Where is she? Vault level. We triggered the real fire suppression system 15 minutes ago. Flooded the security station. Your guards are busy with that. The vault's wide open, Vincent. And Sarah's loading our money right now. Vincent ran. He burst out of the maintenance corridor, took the stairs 3 at a time, his mind screaming. 15 years. He'd planned for 15 years to be on the right side of the law, and the one time he crossed back, he got burned by the same person he'd burned. He reached the vault level. The security station was indeed flooded. Halon gas dissipating. Water on the floors. 2 guards coughing and confused. The vault door was open. Vincent rushed inside. Empty. The secondary vault was open. The money gone. His phone buzzed one last time. Marcus, the house always wins, Vincent. You taught me that. But tonight, I'm the house. Enjoy explaining this to the Solanos. Vincent sank to his knees in the empty vault. The cameras above him watched, recorded, documented his failure. In 15 years of security work, he'd caught hundreds of criminals. He'd learned all their tricks, their patterns, their mistakes. But he'd forgotten the most important rule of all. Never trust a thief. 3:15 a.m. Casino management arrived. Questions began. Vincent's answers were mechanical. He didn't know how it happened. Must have been an inside job. He'd investigate. He'd find them. He'd fix this. But he knew the truth. The Solanos didn't forgive losses, especially losses that made them look weak. Vincent Kane had maybe 24 hours before people in expensive suits came asking questions with guns in their hands. He walked out of the Crimson Palace at dawn, the neon red lights flickering against the rising sun. The casino would open in a few hours. New gamblers would come. New money would flow. The house would continue winning. Just not Vincent's house. He got in his car and drove east, no destination in mind. In his pocket, his phone buzzed constantly. Calls from management, from security, from people he couldn't face. He ignored them all. They say the house always wins. Vincent Kane had built his career on that truth. Tonight, he'd learned the corollary. When you bet against the house, you don't just lose. You lose everything. The sun rose over the city. The Crimson Palace disappeared in his rearview mirror, and Vincent Kane, former thief, former security chief, current nobody, drove into the morning with nothing but the clothes on his back and the bitter taste of his own medicine. Somewhere, Marcus Webb and Sarah Chen were counting $8.3 million. Somewhere they were laughing. Somewhere they were proving what Vincent had always known but tried to forget. In the world of thieves, there's no such thing as honor. There's just the next con, the next victim, the next lie. And this time, Vincent had been all 3. The house always wins. Vincent just bet on the wrong house.